What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Hopefully everyone is doing well and having a great day so far. It is time now for the Monday weather update for Monday, November 4th, 2024. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where I do daily weather updates for the United States with the latest on severe weather, tropical weather, the 7 to 10 day forecast, the ongoing droughts. Today we're going to talk about wildfires and tropical weather and severe weather. Yes, it's a very busy day today. Want to stay informed with all this each and every day? Just subscribe to my channel down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like the video. Share this video with anyone you know. The more people you share, the more people I can help keep informed. And of course, leave your comments down below. And if you want to know when I do my latest updates, then hit that notification bell up above. Starting off in New Jersey today, wildfires, yes. They're not just a problem there. They're a problem in Pennsylvania as well. They've been a problem throughout the Northeast, and they continue. Crews battle wildfire in Warthon State Forest in Camden County, New Jersey. Looks like this one just started up today in Pennsylvania. Up in the Lehigh Valley near the Poconos, Blue Mountain brush fire is continuing as well, and that is expected to burn for several more days. There have been several acres burned there. The wildfire in New Jersey, you guessed it, it's just started, and take a look here. It's only 0% contained. It's been extremely dry. We may finally get a chance of rain several days from now, but it's not going to be enough to end this drought. So for as long as we're in drought, and for as long as the conditions are dry and windy, the wildfire risk will continue. Let's take a look at the national satellite picture, and you can see here there is a large bank of cloud cover that is over portions of the central region. That's because you have a storm system which has prompted a tornado watch. There have already been several tornado warnings issued today, including severe thunderstorm warnings. So this is a very active system, and it's something that is going to continue throughout the day. You can see here Pacific Northwest, there is some cloud cover as well, and in the east, just a few minor clouds down in Georgia, and some clouds in the northeast, nothing major. Here in southeast Pennsylvania, we're actually having an east wind, so where I live in Philadelphia, I can actually smell the wildfire smoke coming from New Jersey. Alright, taking a look at the radar picture, you can see here numerous showers and thunderstorms from portions of Texas into Oklahoma, even up into Kansas, and soon to move into Missouri and Arkansas. You're already seeing some shower and thunderstorm activity there, but the meat of the system is just to your west. That will impact you later on this afternoon. In New Mexico, you can see there is some rain that is continuing to be ongoing there, and even some mountain snows. Let's refresh this. You can see here, there's our tornado watch that is up for portions of Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, and extreme southeast Kansas. Then in New Mexico and Colorado, winter weather advisories and even winter storm warnings are up there. And you also see something else that we have not seen yet this season for the first time this year. Blizzard warnings. Yes, where are they? They are up in Montana. For the first time this year, we see blizzard warnings on the map, and let's dive deeper into them and take a look at this. Blizzard conditions are expected with 2 to 5 inches below 5,000 feet, with 5 to 14 inches possible above 5,000 feet, winds gusting as high as 80 miles per hour. Wow, that is truly impressive in the mountains of Montana where this is expected. So, yes, central Montana, the mountains there, yeah, you are in for a heck of a storm for the next 24 to 48 hours. Alright, moving on now. Taking a look at something else that we really need to pay close attention to, and that is Tropical Depression 18, which will likely become Tropical Storm Rafael at some point this evening or tonight. And we're going to take a look at the track forecast from the Hurricane Center. You can see here, it is expected to become a tropical storm tonight. It'll be a tropical storm 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then Wednesday, it is going to landfall or pass over Jamaica as a hurricane and also impact Cuba as well, where hurricane watches are already in effect. Then it is going to go into the Gulf of Mexico as a hurricane, but by the time it gets to any of the Gulf Coast states, it is going to weaken to a tropical storm, and Impacts to the Florida Keys, they may be marginal at this point. There will be some. There'll be increased winds, increased shower and thunderstorm activity, increased waves, but you're not looking at a direct hit. This is going to pass to your west, which is some good news, but we do have to keep an eye on the New Orleans, Alabama, Mississippi coastlines, because that's looking to be where this is going to landfall. But at that point, due to cooler waters and wind shear, it should start to weaken somewhat. Let's take a live look at it right now. We can see here on the satellite picture, there is starting to be some convection. I wouldn't be surprised if within the next 6 hours, this becomes Tropical Storm Rafael. All right, taking a look at the hurricane models, and you can see there is a pretty good agreement overall that it will head towards the Gulf Coast states. And we do have a few models that dive a little bit more to the west and then turn directly west. And yeah, I'm not really buying much into that, but we can see here there is a pretty much a good consensus between Louisiana and maybe even the western Florida panhandle. But at that point, when we take a look at the tropical guidance, you can see here it will start to weaken later down the line. But before then, it is likely to get to a Category 1 hurricane. Will it get to Category 2? Hard to say, because right now we're dealing with a less favorable setup than the previous storms, but wouldn't surprise me. We've seen these tropical guidance plots underdone several times before this year. All right, let's take a look at the model guidance. Here's the GFS model. You can see the GFS does pass this near Jamaica, and you can see it goes over Cuba with a 977 millibar low. So that's a pretty healthy, if not strong, Category 1 hurricane at that point, and that would be on Wednesday morning, and then it would pass throughout the day, and then by the afternoon into the evening, it would be through with Cuba. And you can see here, it does continue to be a hurricane into the Gulf of Mexico, but watch what happens as we get closer towards the weekend. It really starts to weaken, and you're talking maybe somewhere on the GFS around Louisiana and the Mississippi coast, maybe a tropical storm or a tropical depression at that point. But watch what happens here. There's something else important. You can see here, there's a moisture fetch that sets up over the southeast states. That we'll have to keep an eye on, because that could provide some heavier rainfall, and I will show you what the GFS is showing there. Take a look here over Georgia. Localized pockets of 3 to 5 plus inches of rainfall. And those oranges, that's more like 6 to 8 inches of rainfall. So that's something we will have to keep an eye on. Let's also take a look at the Canadian model, and I'll show you what that does. The Canadian has it passing as a strong tropical storm over Cuba. Doesn't really get to a hurricane on the Canadian model, but look what it does do. Look over the southeast states. Yet again, you're seeing that moisture plume that sets over Georgia and even the Carolinas. Yes, I'm concerned about that. It's starting to show up on more models. So if that does become a thing, we'd be talking very heavy rainfall. Look at this. Yeah, these are similar areas where Helena dropped a ton of rain. Yes, Helene really dropped a ton of rainfall in this area. So concerning, and it's something I'll monitor over the next couple of days. It's something that's starting to show up more on guidance than it was before. Of course, we do need to also take a look at the ensembles. And here's the GEFS. And you can see the GEFS also is showing a heavier rainfall axis over Georgia. And this is 144 hours out, which is rather impressive for it to be showing an axis of 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. So it's something we'll have to keep our eyes on. Now, something else that's been a problem today, and let's refresh this in case there's any new storm reports. That is severe weather. There has already been high wind reports in portions of Oklahoma. Look at this. Wind speed here in Rogers County, 94 miles per hour. That is really impressive. We'll have to see if that was a tornado or not. It says potential impact from tornado. Mesonet was near the radar, indicated circulation with an observed pressure drop. So who knows? That may have been a tornado. And now taking a look at the risk for the rest of the day, you can see there's that tornado watch. There's a new tornado watch that just went up to the northeast of that. And you can see here, an enhanced risk is up for eastern Oklahoma, northern Texas, western Arkansas, and southwest Missouri, with a slight risk and marginal risk surrounding that. There is a hatched 10% tornado area. There is also a 30% wind area within this, and you do see there is also a 15% chance of hail. So yes, the threat of severe thunderstorms do continue for the rest of today into the evening. Then tomorrow, as we thought might happen, there is a marginal risk up from Texas, Louisiana. It does include portions of Arkansas and Mississippi, and a little bit surprised about this. There's also a marginal risk tomorrow up in portions of Wisconsin. And you can see both risk areas do have 2% chance of tornado, 5% wind, and hail is less than 5% in all areas. Taking a look at day 3, we can see there is a marginal risk of severe weather. A little hard to see here. In the Florida Keys, there could potentially be maybe a spin up or two from whatever happens with Rafael. At that point, it will be Rafael, and we can see there will be some convective activity in the southeast, showers and thunderstorms, but not expecting much in a way, if any, severe weather across the Gulf Coast states aside from the Florida Keys. All right, here's the other equation. The flooding rainfall, it's going to continue in portions of Texas, Oklahoma. It will eventually slowly shift east. Then all eyes start to turn to the Gulf Coast states where heavy rainfall is going to occur. And take a look at this. Georgia. Yes, it is starting to show up, that heavy rainfall axis that I showed you on the Canadian, the GFS, and the GEFS. And you can see here, the Weather Prediction Center is also seeing this as well. Their ensembles that they use to generate this map is also seeing this, and it is showing isolated 5+ inches of rainfall in central Georgia. We're going to really have to keep an eye on that, because this could be an area that sees pretty big flooding event from this, because it's going to happen in a short period of time. You also notice there are some chances for precipitation in the northeast. I'll show you that on the GFS in just a little bit, and take a look at this. Things have all suddenly gone way weather for the Pacific Northwest. Yes, you're seeing here just a boatload of precipitation. It's going to be an active pattern for you. All right, taking a look now at the latest excessive rainfall forecast for today. There is a moderate risk of excessive rainfall for portions of Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, and southern Missouri, with a slight risk from Michigan all the way down into Texas. So if you're in these areas, be mindful. There could be some flash flooding today. Taking a look at the NAM model, we can see here, showers and thunderstorms will continue across the risk areas I talked about in Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, should push to the east of you later on this evening. Dallas, Texas, you're coming up this evening as well. You will see some showers and thunderstorms potentially. And also taking a look at this, in Chicago area, you'll see some showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight as well. But it may take a really long time to get to you. It may be that it does not get to you until tomorrow morning. And take a look at Arkansas and Louisiana. You can see showers and thunderstorms will continue, and then this front will basically stall, and look what happens. You get that moisture plume that sets up over portions of Georgia, the Florida Panhandle, maybe even eastern Alabama, and you can see it really stalls there, and the NAM is absolutely going bonkers with the precipitation, showing widespread 3 to 5 inches of rainfall with locally 6+. So it is showing up on quite a few models, and I'm thinking it's going to happen. The only thing that may change is maybe the placement and the expansiveness. Does it get further northeast into North Carolina and South Carolina? That's a wild card we will have to watch and revisit again tomorrow. Taking a look now at more from the GFS, and there is something else I want to show you. So as I advance this, take a look in the plains. Yes, here's Rafael. You can see it's going to weaken, as mentioned, upon landfall. But look, once again, we have another weather system late this week across portions of Texas and Oklahoma, and that's going to dump more heavy rainfall. Then you can also see there is a system that will come into the picture in the northwest on Saturday, and then there'll probably likely be yet another system behind it. But look in the northeast. You see, there's a warm front. What does that warm front do? It provides opportunity for a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch rainfall amounts across the northeast. Well needed rainfall. Then as we head into early next week, look at this. A big storm system moves into the Pacific Northwest, and that could provide several inches of rainfall. And we're talking maybe 1 to 2 feet of mountain snows with that. It's possible. Pretty far out there, but it's been showing up for quite some time. And then behind that, yet another storm system. So things are going to be really active in the Pacific Northwest now, at least for the next 1 to 2 weeks, which is a little bit of a change because just a few days ago, I was talking about the modeling was starting to show a bit of a drier pattern. That has changed. I mean, this is just a complete change now, and you have to understand something. In the Pacific Ocean, data sometimes is so sparse that we do not get accurate data, and modeling can change big time. If I went even deeper into the forecast, you can see here. Now we're in fantasy land on the GFS, and you can see, yeah, it really just remains active out there, like Seattle, Portland, Oregon. It's going to last for some time. Now, there's one other piece to the puzzle that I did not mention. In the east, things are going to remain well above average. Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Atlanta, Georgia, Louisville, Kentucky, Greensboro, North Carolina. I could go on and name the cities. Near record temperatures are possible in the 6 to 10 day period. Yes, it'll get cool at night, but it is really going to warm up in the daytime, especially behind that warm front that is going to lift through the northeast this weekend. And there could be some record warmth just ahead of another cold front that moves through. And you can see in the west coast, it will be at below average temperatures. Taking a look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, slightly above average in the northeast now. That's because you saw that warm front. And it wouldn't surprise me if this ends up being a little bit underdone for the southeast. We could see things actually trend even wetter just because of that axis of precipitation that's going to set up over portions of Georgia and above average in the central states. I agree with that. There's that next storm system that's going to come in later in the week. There will be loads of moisture to work with that storm, and the northwest is going to be remaining above average, near normal in the southwest, and temperatures in the 8 to 14 day outlook are as follows. You can see on the west coast, below average temperatures, and above average temperatures will continue in the east. No sustained fall-like weather for the east, and just slightly above average precipitation chances across the entire country, with exceptions to the southwest, southern California, southern Nevada, and southern Arizona, and southwest New Mexico in the 8 to 14 day time frame. Alrighty, folks, I know this was a longer video today, but there was a lot to go over. We'll have another update again tomorrow. If you like this, please give this a thumbs up. If you're new here, just subscribe down below. And I'll have another video again tomorrow. Hit that notification bell, share this video with anyone you know. If you know anyone who's in the area of weather I mentioned for today, tell them about this channel, share this with them, and of course, leave your questions and comments down below. I will see you all again next time. Until I see you again next time, have a fantastic Monday evening, and thanks for watching.